Hello and welcome to HeliosBlog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. Today, HasanAbi talks about pickup artists. Let's get into it.
The reason she's alone is because she's difficult.
Women are not accepting the bare minimum.
Women fuck men they respect.
All the women who say things like, I'm strong, independent, I don't need no man, like, y'all impress me.
Women just gaslight each other and say what they want to hear.
Whenever a girl is attracted to you, she wants to get your validation. She wants to know that you approve of her. And a way of getting your validation is to get your physical touch. So that's why she'll find a way to touch you as well. The physical touch can pretty much be anything. It can be as small as a playful punch after you tease her, all the way up to a kiss. If a girl is attracted to you, she'll find a way to get close to you because this is her way of shooting her shot without actually shooting her shot. Because girls are, of course, afraid to approach you. So
I actually don't think this is the worst take.
This one's not even that bad.
Yeah, I do think girls will sometimes be more physical if they're attracted to you, but...
Yeah, girls will try to break the touch barrier, but often they won't. Often they won't do it first. What girls will do is they'll try to attract your attention, and when you touch her, she'll touch you back, right? To show interest. Often she won't touch you first. Very rarely. Although, it can happen when the girl, playfully slaps you or whatever. When you say something that causes tension. That's true. That does happen sometimes. Depends on the girl.
But it depends on the person. Like, I am hella touchy with people. Like, if I know them. Honestly, I did a freaking meet and greet. I hugged, like, everyone. I'm just kind of like that.
Yeah. But... the reason why you hug all the guys is because you know that they're going to think you're interested in them, and because they think that you're interested in them, they're going to give you more attention, which you can then, and with attention comes other things like free dinners, free meals, getting invited to places, etc. So that's your method of using them, right? And a lot of girls, what they do is they pretend to be interested in you just for the attention, right? Like they're friendly and nice, but actually they're not interested in you. They're just trying to get your attention, right? Free attention, free validation from you while wasting your time and not giving you anything in return. This is why I say that that friendships with girls are pointless, right? Because you're either friends with benefits, in which case it's not really friends, or she's extracting boyfriend behaviors out of you without giving anything in return.
I mean, at the very least, if she's like touchy with you and playful, it's a good sign.
Yeah.
And at least it means like she's not scared of you.
Yeah.
But
It's true, but oftentimes you're friend zoned in that case.
also that doesn't mean like, she brushed up on my arm. I think she wants to have my children.
Well, this does depend on the context, right? Coupled with multiple positive behaviors, it might mean that she's interested in bedroom fun with you, right? Positive body language, being very shy, but also breaking the touch barrier, lots of tension, lots of eye contact, smiling, nervous laughter, all of this all together. Plus a positive body language, leaning into you, crossing her legs and arms towards you as opposed to leaning away from you, and so on. All of these together will give you a good indicator, right? It not just one thing, because she could have just accidentally brushed against you, right? Accidentally. That's not the same thing as what I just described. All right, shilling time. Drop your donation at bit.ly/heliosdonations. Shout outs to Hunter M, Adrian R, and Tom M, who have done so. Buy my books at bit.ly/heliosbooks. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Go to my Patreon and subscribe, patreon.com/theheliosblog. Shilling is done. Thank you. Let's continue.
Yeah. True.
you shouldn't take girls out on dates.
True.
Here's why. Now, when I say this, I mean don't take her to a boring, generic dinner date like every other guy. The purpose of a date is so that y'all can see if you have chemistry, have fun, and it could possibly lead somewhere. Have it be an experience rather than another boring dinner date that she's...
This is actually true. Actually, this is not why, right? The reason why you don't take her on a dinner date is not because it's boring, though that is part of it. It's because you don't want your time and money wasted, right? A lot of the times, you don't know a girl, if a girl is truly interested in you, right? She could just be interested in your attention and validation and not actually interested in having bedroom fun with you. So you invite her to a date that costs no money and takes no time. The point, so what I mean is 1 hour max, you go to coffee, or 1 hour you go for a walk, right? You're just there to vet for red flags to see if she's crazy. And you're there to determine if she's actually interested in you or trying to waste your time. If she's wasting your time, great. You didn't really waste much. You wasted half an hour, whatever. If she isn't a time waster, you'll also find out, and on the second date you can sleep with her, right? So that's the point. You don't want to be spending $200 to find out if she's a time waster or not, because you're down $200. You're down a dinner date. Also, a lot of girls, when they get invited on a dinner date, they're like, he's the loser that doesn't know that we're supposed to go on a walk or a coffee date, right? And if he's that guy, she automatically knows that you're a loser, and she's going to treat you as such.
She's gonna go to. Like,
I like
personally,
food.
I went through a phase
Gets me
where
in
I
the mood
never took a
sometimes.
girl out.
Food gets me in the mood is a lie. Liar. No. Being with Chad gets you in the mood, and if that's the case, it doesn't matter if you're on a dinner date or not. Which means you shouldn't even take the girl on a dinner date. You're down $200 with the same result. False.
The girls in the comments are like,
Never
it smells
spent
like
a dime
broken
on
here.
it.
No.
Yeah, top comment, it smells like broken here. Yeah, that's cope, right? That's the girl just coping. And look, 1565 upvotes. Like, no. If the guy doesn't take you on a dinner date, it doesn't mean that he's broke. It means that he's smart. Why would you waste $200 on a girl you've never met before, whose red flags you don't know, who you don't know if she's sketchy or not, and who you don't know if she's interested in you or not? Because girls can agree to just meet with you to steal your attention validation. Some girls do this. And again, for guys, it's not easy to get laid. So why would you throw $200 every time you want to try? No. $200 dinner dates are for girlfriends who have proven through long-term consistent good behavior that they deserve it. Not for random girls who you don't know.
No, we'd rather go to dinner.
If a girl has brown hair, you would be like, you know what? I really like blondes. Or like, you know,
this is called negging.
Because we'd always fight and I'd always win.
Yeah, this guy's lines, that is straight from mystery method. That's 20 years ago. PUA techniques. That's called negging. And it does work, and here's why. It works because bedroom fun is tension plus logistics. This is an easy way to create tension. Also, women respect men who are not afraid to lose their bedroom fun. So if a guy is too tentative around a girl, then she knows he's a loser. A guy who's willing to say something like this, to break rapport on purpose, knows for sure he's confident in himself. He's not worried about losing the bedroom fun, which ironically makes him more attractive. It does work. And especially the more attractive the girl is, the more likely this is to work as well. Right? Because most guys are afraid to break rapport with truly attractive girls. Okay, look at the girl here. If you don't believe that it works, look at her reaction. Look at her face. Eyes wide open, mouth open. Oh my God, I can't believe he said that. That right there, that's tension. Bedroom fun is tension plus logistics. So, but like from the horse's mouth, it works. It just worked. You can see it.
Right, that's like the oldest line in the game. But it's a takeaway. We wouldn't be a good fit. You're off.
Wait, what? Why is he saying that?
What the fuck is this guy saying?
Is he saying
So
like you should disagree so that she chases after you?
If she's a
That actually works as well. Yeah, that's another reason. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, it's also a DHV, a demonstration of higher value, right? We wouldn't be a good fit, so she has to demonstrate herself to you. She has to prove that she's worthy of you. And look, somebody said, negging ew, so they even know what it is. Again, if girls know what it is, they've already evolved their counterattack to the attack that has worked. I don't know if that makes sense. Because men and women's bedroom fun strategy is adversarial. For one to win, the other has to lose, right? So that they say this means that it acknowledges that it has some value. Because again, the opposite of love isn't hate. The opposite of love is indifference. By the way, notice, just by them typing in all caps, it shows that it had an emotional effect on them. So it works. Again, the women are attracted to men they love and men they hate. And sometimes both men they love and hate. So
the brunettes say you like blondes. Oh.
If a dude says shit like that to me, I just leave. I'm like, okay.
That's not true. If he's Chad, you won't leave. Believe me, if he's a guy that looks like Hasan and he says that to you, you won't leave. You'll be like, oh my God, should I dye my hair? That's what you'll be thinking in the back of your head. But you'll act fake angry. How could you say that, slap? You know? How dare you? And it just invites the, you know, the crap test and then crap test rebuttal, which makes women attracted. No, it 100% works.
Well, imagine like boiling it down to someone's hair color.
That, for starters, I'm like...
No, you won't think Chad is shallow, so don't even give me that. Chad can be as shallow as he wants, right? If you're with a top 5%er off Tinder, and he says, I don't like girls with black hair, you would be immediately qualifying to him, because he's Chad. So 100% it works. Who does it not work for? It works for guys that aren't successful with girls anyway, right? It like a guy who a girl would have swiped left on Tinder anyway, he can't say that, right? Now, okay, thought experiment. Let's say he is a top 5%er. He's a Chad, okay? And instantly when you're talking, you meet up on the date and he's like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. You're so amazing. Everything you do is great. Smiling all the time. Takes out a chair. Takes her to a $200 dinner. Kissing her ass. You think she'd be attracted to that? That's directly the opposite of this behavior. Actually, in my opinion, what you should do is you should throw in these crap tests, right? But like negs, but not as like not as obviously as this, right? You know, you're just talking, and she'll ask something. She'll say like, I like basketball, you know, and you can be like, basketball's terrible. She'll be like, oh my God, how could you say that? Basketball's so good. It's like, it's not my thing. I don't like it. You're just disagreeing, right? And holding frame. That's a different version of this, right? Nagging hits at the girl specifically. It's disagreeable and also hits at her ego, right? What I just described is disagreeing, which shows that you can disagree. It's kind of a safer version of the neg if you're not looking for that sort of thing. Just disagree with something that she totally agrees with. You know, like, I think girls are amazing at drawing. And you can say, guys are better. Right? And she'll be like, oh my God, how could you say that? And then you just hold frame and it works. Because again, it's the act of disagreeing and holding strong when you disagree that she finds attractive.
Like, if you boil down your love interest to people's hair colors, we wouldn't match anyways. But then
this is a straw man argument, because that's not what he's saying.
Also, too, isn't that just a person's way of being like, I'm not into you?
Yeah,
okay.
he's teaching negging.
We're gonna be really good friends, right? It's a takeaway. It's disqualifying her.
That also works. We're gonna be really good friends works amazing. That is very, very good. That's friend zoning backwards, right? So normally the girl friend zones the guy. If the guy friend zones the girl, she'll chase. Also, if you're not interested in a relationship, right? And you're friends with benefits, you want friends with benefits, you saying we're gonna be really good friends, but looking at her with the eyes, you know what I'm talking about? She knows that you're interested in bedroom fun. You're just not interested in a relationship. So you're communicating one thing with your body language, but another thing with your words, right? And it helps if you have a sarcastic tone, not like a flat tone like this guy.
Every guy she talks to is not saying that. Every guy she talks to is like trying to make her like him or trying to impress her, and you're the
Right. That's called... yeah, exactly. A lot of guys, they put girls on pedestals. Did I say girls put guys on pedestals? That's true. They put Chad on pedestals. But a lot of guys, they put girls on pedestals. They say that, you know, girls are so great, right? Don't ever disagree with them because they won't have bedroom fun with you. It's like, I don't even care about having bedroom fun with a girl if she's rude to me, or if she's a proven womanist, or like, I'm already at the qualification point. Like, why would I give my relationship to a girl that isn't a good proven quantity? It's idiotic. So that's that.
The one guy who's like, we're gonna be really good friends. And all of a sudden, she becomes interested in you, even though she wasn't 5 seconds ago, because you hit the brake pedals instead of the gas pedal. So Macappi, you can do the same thing. Hit the brake pedal.
Hit the brake pedal, dude. Jason Capital's got it. He's got it on lock. He's a social media copywriter. He's a CEO of Copywriter Network. He knows what's up. He knows how to get women. You guys don't.
One time I was at a car dealership. There was just a stunner sitting there. So I walked up and they're like, dude, let's see you pick her up. There ain't no way you can get that girl. So I rolled over there and started talking to her. Turns out she has a boyfriend. Abort mission. So I turn around.
That's the classic, right? If you're talking to a girl and she says, I have a boyfriend, like, that's a classic stop talking to me, right? They don't say no, they say I have a boyfriend. But you can say, okay, great. Like, I didn't say I wanted to marry you. Like, we can talk. You know, like, again, that's that sort of thing. And then she'll say some other excuse and I'll talk to you. And then if she says some other excuse and I'll talk to you, it's okay. You can walk away. It's not a big deal.
Around and I'm walking away, and one of my guys says, thought you were a closer, bro.
Shut up, man.
And I thought, damn, because, dude, I tried, and she said no. So I rolled over there, and I said, hey, let me ask you a question. She said, yeah. I said, what'd you have for dinner last night? She said, pasta. And I said, what'd you have the night before? She said, chicken. And I said, why didn't you have pasta? She goes, why would I eat pasta every night? And I said, exactly.
That's not a real story.
That's...
Again, this sort of thing doesn't work. That's... How would I explain this? That is the story of a person who's writing a movie script. That actually isn't how it goes in real life. In real life, if you say that, why would you eat pasta thing, that line, she'll just make another excuse why she doesn't want to talk to you, right? If she's not interested, she's not interested. And there's nothing you can do. You just have to move on to a new girl. That's the best strategy in situations like that. When she says she has a boyfriend within the first 2 sentences, it just shows she's subcommunicating, I'm not interested in you. When a girl's not interested, there's no need to keep chasing. She's already subcommunicated, I'm not interested. I don't want to be with you. But that's okay, because there's so many girls out there, you can literally say, great, enjoy the rest of your day, and literally go talk to another girl. Now, don't do it in the same room, because sometimes girls will be like, oh, he's so creepy, because, you know, it's creepy to talk to girls that you're interested in, right? If she doesn't find you attractive or whatever, you're creepy. Like, no, it's not creepy to approach girls. That's normal. That's what men that want to get laid do. But they'll feel cheap, right? Because you approached them and she rejected you, and then you're talking to another girl. She's like, now she has a reason to get revenge on you, right? So just, let's say you're in a mall, right? If you talk to a girl, don't just talk to another girl that's right over there after that girl rejected you. Because now that girl's going to feel slighted by you and try to get revenge. Just move on to another place in the mall or whatever and keep going, right? If you get rejected. Just word of advice. All right, let's continue.
That's literally the,
No. Keep it going.
And then the girl was like, "Oh, look,
No. Pause, champ. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Call me when you're tired of pasta. And dude, 3 days later, she called me.
And she was like,
no, she didn't. No.
That's a lie. Again, girls don't usually call. Doesn't matter how interested they are in you. They expect you to make the first move. They don't call you 3 days later. That's not a thing. It doesn't happen. Happens to, unless that guy's like a multi-millionaire, right? Unless that was like a Porsche dealership, maybe, right? But no. Even to like Chad, that does not happen. Chad has to make the first move. Chad has to set up the logistics for the date. Chad has to talk properly and get the girl into bed twice. And then after that, she might message him. Maybe. Once they're already an established friends with benefits. If he doesn't message for a while, she will message him. But no. Unless he's like extremely apex, right? Like very, very more highly successful than all the men that she's, that are in her circle right now. But it's unlikely, right? That's what I'm getting at.
No, she fucking didn't.
Apparently her boyfriend wasn't treating her right. She called me. We dated for like a year and a half. But it was because of that she called me. So it's not always a takeaway. Sometimes it could be charming. Sometimes it could be, just something they find cute.
No shot, dude. Okay?
I don't think that happened. Also, I'm inclined to agree. He probably just got her through the traditional means. But the story plays well. Like if it sounds like it should be how it is, but it actually isn't. If you have any kind of practical practice, which I do, I can tell you guys that situation is extremely rare. Very rarely happens. Almost always the way like getting girls is gonna look is you get the phone number, you message her 2 days later, you meet 2 to 3 days after that, you have a first date that's like an hour, then you meet her 2 days after that and have bedroom fun, then you meet her like, let's say 3 to 7 days later and have bedroom fun a second time, then you have a friends with benefits relationship, and then she might message you. It's more like that than what this guy is describing. Almost always. And there's lots of rejection in there, right, before getting the girl. So like, you go up to talk to a girl, she says she has a boyfriend, you go up to talk to another girl, conversation goes great, and then when you ask for a number, she makes some excuse, some BS excuse, but it doesn't matter, it's just a no, and so on. This is the true experience of a person who's getting girls. It doesn't go that smooth. It doesn't go like a movie script. Almost always it's, you get the girl's number, everything seemed to be going well. When you message her 2 days later, she doesn't even reply, or she doesn't remember who you are, or, it's like that. And ultimately, it ends up being a numbers game.
This dude just made this up. This is a
made it up. Yeah,
story.
I agree.
Yep.
I agree.
Yeah, I got fucking, yeah.
Let me treat you right.
Mind you, we dated for a year and a half. No actual photos of her. No,
using like a random actress.
Yeah.
Right.
Embarrassing. But also, if a dude hits on me while I'm in a relationship, I'm like, oh, like, you're a bad dude. I would never date that person.
That's wrong. Girls will date a guy that like is interested in sleeping with her even when she's in a relationship. 100%. They still would. If he's, the kind of men that other men want to be and other women want to be with. If he's a Chad, if he's a successful, strong man. No, they totally would. Totally would. Because the opportunity to get him is too good to pass up. He is the embodiment of the offer she can't refuse, right? Effectively. All right, on to the Reddit post. Relationship advice. This was posted 13 hours ago. My long-term boyfriend, who's 30, broke up with me, who's 28, after 7 years of dating, just a week before our 7th anniversary. I've dated my boyfriend since we were in college, and we've been dating for 7 years. We're supposed to celebrate our 7th year anniversary next week, but last night he broke up with me. Our relationship hasn't been perfect. I'd always complained about how in 7 years he never once told me that he's sure about me, and that he wants to have a future with me. Whenever I ask him, he just smiles and says there's a possibility. He never introduced me to his relatives, and I only met his family twice throughout our relationship. I confronted him again about it last night because 7 years is too long not to know if you want to be with someone. He admitted that he doesn't, and his reasons mostly lie with incompatibility. I tend to be very emotional, and since I've become very comfortable throughout the years, I'd often act without thinking about it. He said this really got to him, and he realized he cannot be happy with me forever. He's also very close to his family and told me that he constantly compares how peaceful he felt when he hangs out with his mom and sister compared to how uneasy he felt with me. He said he doesn't think he can marry a girl if he cannot have the same kind of peace and freedom as he does with them. I know it's for the best, but I'm struggling to accept the fact that he'd rather leave me than assure me that he would be with me forever. It also really hurt when he said that I could never match up to his mom and sister. He texted me good morning today, but I did not respond. I'm trying to go no contact with him, but I don't know how long we'll be able to hold it for. I can physically feel pain in my chest that I know only talking to him can remove. I also don't have any friends because I spent all my free time with him in the past 7 years. I don't know how to pick myself up. Please help. Yeah, so what's the point? She didn't give him the stability. He just dated her for convenience, right? She was a nice girl to sleep with constantly, but he didn't actually want to marry her from the beginning. And that was clear because he didn't ask her to marry him. This is what Kevin Samuels would say. Why do you think you didn't get married in 7 years? Because you're not a wife. He didn't want to marry you. That's why. And it was clear from the beginning. Okay. Okay, let's just read the comments. They're ridiculous. I'm a little confused. Your post history says you two broke up 6 months ago because you have BPD, like bipolar. Now you're saying you just broke up because of the conversation of commitment came up. So which is it? Are you sure it's his sister and not his wife? I was just about to ask this myself. What kind of 30-year-old shares a room with his sister? Also, how old is his sister? The sister's 35 and also single. Yeah, I'm going to piggyback on the original comment and ask, are you sure that's not his wife he's sharing a room with? Yes, I'm sure. I met her as well and she knows we were in a relationship. I do find it weird though because his sister's 35 and also single, but he gets mad at me every time I bring it up. He could be lying. Okay, here. Red flags all over. You wasted 7 years on a bloke who simply was less into you than you were into him. Who comes from a lovey-dovey family who never has disagreements and where the lamb lives next to the lion. And he insists on this. He wants to live with his sister. Okay. Okay. We're going to end the video there. Again, if you're new to the channel, liking the content, hit that sub, hit all for notifications. Drop me a donation like Hunter M, Adrian O, and Tom M. Link is in the description. Just hit more. Go to my Patreon and subscribe. Patreon.com/theheliosblog. Buy my books at bit.ly/heliosbooks. Thank you so much for listening, guys, especially to the end. I really do appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.